Francesco, thank you so much for being here as one of our superstar guests for SCAD Style. I'm just such an admirer of yours. I've been wanting you to come for years to SCAD, so I'm so glad you're here. And I know Marni's celebrating your 30th anniversary
yes,
this
it's
year.
our anniversary.
Yes, congratulations. And this is our 45th anniversary, so we are celebrating all year too.
Wonderful.
Your Marnifesto says, we are the antithesis of modern, yet Vanessa Friedman praises you for fashion that begins again. So you're not modern, but you're very of the moment. How do you explain that,
It's
Francesco?
funny, this is a controversial sentence in the manifesto. For us to claim that we are not modern, we are the antithesis of it, is just putting ourselves into the neutral land of making others people's judge about that. This manifesto is really our commandments, is really like something that brings us together into what we do, what we are every day. So we don't claim we are creative, we are modern, we simply are. We don't have to claim
You don't have to say it.
Exactly.
And maybe you're referring to a certain timelessness.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of this moment, you surprised our SCAD students with an of this moment impromptu charrette yesterday with a design challenge, and I saw dresses made of paper and Elizabethan ruffs. I think you like to play, Francesco.
I do.
Is this a
I
little
do
bit
always.
what you do at Marni?
Yes, definitely. I have experienced some very simple actions in making can really bond people, and I think it warmed up the room in a way. It warmed us up into then talking and expressing ourselves. And yes, this is what we do at Marni as well. There's a lot of demand of like producing ideas, and I think we forget that like simple actions like the one of yesterday actually generates creativity without even thinking. So it's about the instinct.
Yes, it's about shared values.
Exactly.
You established a sense of camaraderie.
And that will generate creativity itself.
Virginia Woolf's letter to T.S. Eliot has profoundly influenced you. Tell us, how does the phrase "bring no clothes" influence a fashion house?
It's funny because it's a big oxymoron. The industry is in a moment of change. It's quite tough. The sentence, she didn't invite her friends to bring no clothes in her countryside house. She was telling them to come as they are.
Yes, be
with no structures also. Not just from clothing, but also from the society. And that suggested in me a need to detach from the normal ways of doing things. How can we divert methods in a moment in which, for instance, we're so overstimulated by images? So the first act was to ban images. We don't need to mirror ourselves with other images. We just need to focus on what we have right now, what we have with our hands. And suddenly, all that was at play, it was instinct. And that was a beautiful feeling that somehow we have let go, because now we're driven by a lot of monitored schemes, numbers, growth. And the challenge there was, how can we bring instinct alive again and really feel it? And that was the most beautiful part of the process.
We are fortunate to have access to so much data.
We do.
That we can consult, but still intuition.
Exactly.
And insight.
Exactly. It's good to find the right balance.
You mentioned that fashion is in a challenging place right now.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that. You're at the center of the whirlwind. What's going on?
I think we have to always remind ourselves that we are doing one of the most beautiful jobs on the planet. So I feel extremely lucky. We can't really complain, to be honest, but we have to also protect what it is that it's about making clothes, which is craft. It's years of knowledge, years of experiences, beauty. We have way too many things out there disposable for everyone, so we don't need necessarily more clothes than we already have. We just need more beautiful things, maybe. So that's where the industry, I think, is in a moment of understanding. However, it has grown so much compared to what it was in the 90s, where we used to talk to our little niches, and now we have to talk to all the world.
One of the essential concepts we teach at SCAD is how to capitalize on what we call peak performance moments. And it made me think about when you became Marni's creative director, that peak performance moment of transitioning from contributing so much to Prada over the years and leading Marni.
Yes.
So tell me about that moment.
It was one of the most challenging yet incredible memories of my career. I had to leave a family that I had been for more than 10 years and then start in a new family that was Marni. So that has been a peak for sure, and yet very challenging. It takes time. It takes time for people to understand you, for me to understand them. So that was a beautiful journey that took time, and literally the flowers now are blooming.
They are.
They are. They are.
Well, every new Marni collection is a revelation, and so I'm just always looking forward to what you're going to do next. Thank you so much, Francesco, for being here as a special guest, and maybe we'll see you sometime soon
I
at
hope so.
Lacoste.
I hope so.